Tesla stock finished down by the closing bell on Friday, a little over 0.5%. In the after hours, it is trending lower. You might be asking yourself, what, pray tell, caused the unnecessary rally on Friday? Well,
let's take a look at some trending tickers that we're watching this morning. Another setback for Tesla as they recall over 2 million electric vehicles in the U.S. over concerns around its warning lights. Now, this is the largest ever recall for the automaker here. You're taking a look at shares of about 2% on the day, moving lower by about 2%, I should say.
Warning lights? Are we serious right now? This is why it's such a dangerous game to play in the options market with these set expiration dates. Throughout the entire calendar year of 2024, regardless of Tesla's record-breaking Q4, the Model Y being the best-selling vehicle of any kind in the year of 2023, Tesla, the company, executing on all cylinders. There is a bombardment of negative news in a desperate attempt to sour sentiment on Tesla. Tesla recalls millions of vehicles over latest safety flaw. Tesla recalling another 2.2 million vehicles for warning lights that are too small. Even the BBC gets in on it. US recall says Tesla brake warnings were too small. Tesla initiates first ever Cybertruck recall as part of a larger 2.2 million vehicle callback. I mean, seriously, we really have to change the way we think about updates versus a physical recall that is a safety problem. Talk about misleading headlines. It seems like the AP News is the only one that even made an attempt at mentioning that it was a software update. Of course, mentioning the word recall is going to trigger a vast majority of robo-traders, causing the stock to dip unnecessarily. As I sold my options contracts for a loss, I made sure to buy a few Tesla shares at the bottom of that valley.
Of course, not the first instance that we've seen within the past few months of recalls. The larger question, though, within each of those recalls is whether it is set up to be an over-the-air update, something as simple as that, or whether people, owners of these vehicles, actually have to bring them into a service facility as well, which is what investors continuously have to really try to analyze anytime they do see one of these headlines.
Yeah, the issue here, obviously, just the latest setback for Tesla. Tesla has really been caught up in a number of challenges here for the company in terms of recalls, in terms of hiccups there for Tesla over the last several months. So a headline like this and the scale of it, the fact that it is recalling more than 2 million vehicles, obviously that is grabbing investors' attention here this morning. But like you pointed out there, Brad, I think a lot of questions is just in terms of the complexity of this. Now, we want to make it clear that the issue here is that it's a critical safety information. It makes it hard to read critical safety information on one of the panels in their vehicles, which they're then saying increases the risk of a crash. That's why Tesla is recalling this car. Owners are getting notified through the mail about this. So again, how quickly they are able to address this, that is really going to determine how big of a challenge this is for Tesla.
Tesla is saying this is an over-the-air update, so that's good to know. And then additionally here, we have a statement as well that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is put out here. Warning lights with a smaller font size can make critical safety information, as you were mentioning, on the instrument panel difficult to read. So increasing the risk of a crash, we'll see, and make sure, hopefully, that everybody gets notified in time. But again, we'll see exactly how many of the shareholders that are out there continue to try and look at this and ensure that, you know, as Tesla continues to combat with what the NHTSA, NHTSA has looked at in the past, that they're able to continuously just give some of these over-the-air updates. It could be good in some instances, I guess.
Yeah, certainly, and that's why we're not seeing a bigger reaction here in shares this morning.
Well, I guess whether or not that reaction is big or not is relative, but that's besides the point. This ain't your daddy's Oldsmobile, people. Automobile recalls are absolutely serious. The United States alone has accumulated 40,000 deaths in 1 year on our highways. That number is absolutely gross. In a vain attempt to mitigate some of that danger, we need to be riding around in the safest vehicles possible. So I definitely support recalls as long as they're justified. If you can fix it with an over-the-air software update, it should be labeled something different. A recall should be reserved for when the car needs to be taken off the road, go into service to remedy the problem, otherwise have a legitimate threat to public safety. Warning lights on the instrument panel? Get the f*** out of here. To everyone but AP News, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you for misleading investors, mainly the robo-traders, and trying to deter future customers from the safest vehicle known to man. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do a public service announcement. You can now apply the $7,500 federal tax credit directly to the purchase price of a new 2024 Model Y or a Model X dual motor vehicle. This allows you to deduct your tax credit amount from your vehicle's actual purchase price, so you receive your savings up front instead of having to wait until tax season. What are you waiting for? If you're looking to upgrade your current Tesla or join the Tesla family, make sure you use my referral link in the description below. Get those sweet Tesla perks, and plus your boy gets some too. Through the link, you can also schedule yourself a demo drive, but be warned, once you take that demo drive, that'll be all she wrote. That's all I've got for you today. Be easy.